believe that marriage is like clapping. You can't clap with one hand. You can only slap with one hand, right? Jai Shri Krishna. Kem cho badha? Hello friends. How are you all? कैसे हो सब दोस्त? सबको मेरा प्रणाम. I hope you all missed me for the past 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? I don't know. I've lost count. Well, I've just been busy. So didn't really get a chance to do some research or create some videos. But here I am with another taboo topic. We're back again, back here at it, at our second taboo topic, divorce. Now, I know that in a lot of places, divorce is quite normal, especially probably when you look at European countries and those sides of the world, Western world. I think divorce is now reducing or is now not anymore such a bigger taboo topic as it was before. But I think apart from the Western world, when you come to places like India and Kenya, and I would rather say yes, in those kind of places, divorce is still a taboo topic. So, of course, as usual, I did do some read up on it. And actually, it says in Britain, 280,000 children experience parental separation each year. 42% of marriages end in divorce. 42% marriages. Can you believe that? And divorce is quite normal. And yet, the way we talk about it or refuse to talk about it is far from normal, which is actually very true. In India, marriage is considered sacred, but divorce and that separation is considered as a bad thing or not so religious, or I don't know what else to call it, right? Now, studies observe that many Indian couples often stick to unhappy marriages for fear of society's condemnation and to protect family honor. I think this is something that is so wrong, because if you're unhappy in a particular relationship, in a particular place, or let's take an example, you work for someone, you're doing a job, and if you're unhappy, are you going to go look for another job, or are you going to stick to that job just because of what probably the society will say? I don't think divorce should be such a big of a taboo topic as currently it is. Divorce is normal. Co-parenting has become such a thing nowadays. Look at celebs. Look at so many celebrities who've probably been married for 15 plus years and yet end up having a divorce, but yet stick together as parents to their child. And I think that is amazing. I know people who've had divorces and yet are friends and are in good terms, right? Why is it that divorce is a taboo, and yet when you're in a relationship with someone and you break up and you talk about it, that is normal? Isn't it the same thing? Like relationships break up, marriage, divorce, it's still a breakup, right? Is it not? So I think with all of this, I've realized one thing, that when it comes to divorce, the majority, it's the woman that gets affected by it and not the men. It's the woman who has to think, oh my God, what will the society think? Majority, I'm not saying men are not affected. Definitely men also get to hear that. But in most case scenarios, the woman is blamed for it. At least from what I know in India, or in Asians, the woman is blamed for it. That, oh, she must have done something. She did that. But hey, it's just things not working out between two individuals. And I'm sure that they tried to work things out before they ended up in divorce. I know so many people who have had a divorce, and now when they try to get remarried, and when you tell the other person that, you know what, he or she is a divorcee, people just think that, okay, no, we don't want to send our daughter or son into that kind of a marriage again, where the other person is already divorced and my son was single, or he's getting married for the first time. But why is it such a big issue? I don't understand. Because your son or daughter must have had past relationships, correct? It's not like they've never had a relationship. So why is it that you're afraid to get your son or daughter married to a divorcee? Has never added up to me. I fail to understand it. I really don't know why it's such a taboo topic. In India, girls, men, women, boys suffer so much because of being divorced. The girl could be in a relationship, a physical abuse relationship, and still she would stick into it just because of what the society will say, or my family will not accept me back, or blah blah blah, several other reasons. We girls need to stop doing that. If we're unhappy in a relationship, take any relationship, even when it's a friendship, don't we just end the friendship or take a break or do what we have to for our mental health and mental peace, right? I feel that this is how divorce should be treated, and not be treated as a taboo topic. Comparative research among divorced individuals in India and the United States observe that though they experience similar problems regarding socioeconomic support and psychological well-being, but Indian women face more problems than Indian men and suffer more hardship than American women due to their economic dependence on men. Yes, this is another thing that comes in my mind. When you as a woman are too independent, whether it be financially, socially, or any other way, on your husband, then definitely when it comes to divorce, you're really going to have a hard time digesting it and moving on and standing up on your own feet, especially if you have a child. Okay? So to the women out there, you really need to start getting financially independent, or just independent generally, so that you don't have to depend on someone for yourself or for the child that you are with, right? So, and also because of existing cultural beliefs about women and marriage, which impose a burden of duty and obligation on them. Whereas in the West, it is more of volunteering in which two people mutually agree upon. And this is exactly what I was trying to say, that in the Western culture or Western part of the world, divorce is very normal. Like, people get divorced, they get remarried, and just that's how it works, right? And then it goes on to say, while according to the data from the Global Index, India has the lowest divorce rate, just 1%, followed by Vietnam with 7%, and Portugal recorded the highest rate of 94%. Several European nationals like Luxembourg, Finland, Belgium, France, and Sweden experienced more than 50% divorce rates. Can you imagine? More than 50% of divorce rate. While the UN's overview of marriage patterns revealed that there was a general upward trend of the rise in proportion of divorce and separation rates among adults, which is 35 to 39 years, from 2% in the 1970s to 4% in the 2000s. In the US, the rate doubled from 2.2 per thousand in 1960 to over 5 per 1,000 in the 1980s. While in the UK, Norway, and South Korea, it more than tripled. Now, in India, during the last 2 decades, there has been an increase of 50% to 60% in divorce rates, particularly in the urban areas and metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and 53% of them were filed by people aged between 25 to 34 years. Which I believe is such a miracle and such a good movement, that at least now, yes, I know things to reach the rural areas, particularly in any country, takes time. But yes, we can see with the numbers that people are moving on. And I think one of the major factors that contributes to divorce is more because, number one, women are becoming more independent in life. They don't want to be controlled, which I feel used to happen in the previous days. And that's why I think divorce rates back then were much less, because women were more, more into being housewives and not having an opinion of their own. As time is progressing, we women are having a louder voice in society, a more of an opinion on everything. We are trying to be as equal as men, and I think that is why now, I'm sorry to say, but I think men now are not able to get the woman who they can control. And so I think that is why that diff happens between the two, because we are also becoming as strong in our thinking as the men. So I think when two strong heads collide, there is likely to be an explosion. I don't say that marriage is easy. I've been married for almost a year and a half, I guess. Yeah, almost there. It's not been easy. It's always a roller coaster ride. You sometimes walk 80%, and sometimes your partner has to walk 80%. A typical example is, if I'm very tired from work and I come home and I would tell him, hey, could you please just do the cooking today? Even if it's just simple cooking of rice, could you just do it because I'm really exhausted? And he would be like, yes, and he would pump in. And then there would be days where, he would come home very tired, or there are 2 days in a week when he comes home late and I do the household chores because I know he's going to come home tired, he's exhausted. And then there are days when both of our energies is down and we just order a takeout. I think it goes both ways. You have to walk 50 or 80, whatever it is, to cover up the other person. So if he's only able to walk 20, I do the 80, and if I'm only able to walk 20 or 10, he does the rest of it. And I think that's how it works. But I know there are some people who are not able to adjust, or the ask is too much. If the ask is going to be too much, then definitely things aren't going to work out. I believe that marriage is like clapping. You can't clap with one hand. You can only slap with one hand, right? You have to clap with two hands for a marriage to work. And when you know that you can't do that, it's just better to part ways rather than disturb your mental health, physical health, right? This is one case scenario. The second case scenario becomes when you're in a physical abusive marriage. I believe either partners should not be physically abused. If the woman is abusing the man should definitely stand up for himself and walk out of that marriage, and vice versa. I've heard of many cases where the man is beaten up and not the other way around. So I think that's very important, that it should be both ways. But there are certain lines that you have to draw for yourself. There is a certain self-respect that has to be there for both of you, and that has to be respected. And I think, marriage is work. It has to be work. It's no easy, it's no two-way. And if things are not working out, if you feel that no, you can't do this anymore, and if it's affecting your well-being, if it's affecting your mental health, the best thing to do would be to separate and just be happier without each other. Being together is not making you happy, then you better walk out and be happier rather than being together and being unhappy. That's what I believe, because everybody has a right to be happy in today's world. Whether you're single or you're married or you're divorced, you must be happy for your mental health, for your spiritual health, for just everybody around you, right? And for your own well-being. That's what I believe. So that was it on divorce. I hope you enjoyed this topic. The next topic is actually somebody who requested me in my comments, is going to be on religion. So hoping to see you all there. Give the video a thumbs up. The last video didn't get so many thumbs up, nor did it get so many views. So I can see you guys are holding back. So let me give me some work, give me some love, give me some love. If you're enjoying the topics, drop me some new topics you would love me to talk about. As I said, somebody already wants me to talk on religion, so that's going to be the next topic. Until then, bye, see you, आओ जो मिलते हैं फिर कभी.